When I started in 2019, it was just after my freshman year of college, and I still had no idea what I wanted to do with my life. I was still an undecided major, really just hoping to figure it out as I went. Heard about this random summer camp that I could go to, and I said, sure, okay. But that summer, I really got to talk with a lot of the kids on a kind of more of an emotional level. And one camper specifically stood out to me that she felt comfortable coming to me about her home situation, about how she had experienced discrimination. She just very much opened up to me about her life experiences. And it was very daunting. It was a very emotionally taxing conversation. But kind of walking away from that, I realized like how much I enjoyed that conversation and that feeling that I could make an impact on somebody's life, even if it was just like a week of camp or that one specific hour-long conversation. And so that's what made me want to consider going into counseling.
My very, very first week with campers was a big God moment for me. I had no experience as a camper at Caroline Furnace. I didn't have a lot of outdoor experience. I didn't have any camp experience. And so I was terrified in my first week with campers. And I was sitting there reflecting on Sunday before the campers arrived, thinking, I have no idea how to take care of a child. I'm simply a freshman in college. Like, what do I do? What do I say? How do I become this caretaker for a bunch of children over the course of a week? When campers began to arrive that very first Sunday, and when campers came into my cabin, into my basically my home, my house for that week, I was just so blown away at just the differences between each of these campers, yet the similarities, and each of them was excited in their own unique way. And they were all nervous, they were all excited, and they were all very open to the experience. And seeing their excitement and their nervousness as it was equal to my own really grounded me. It's my job to support them and uplift them and take care of them and allow them to grow as individuals. And this quote was echoing in my mind from the staff meeting that we had before campers arrive. And the quote was, "The campers may not remember all of what we say or all of what we do here at camp, but what they will remember is how camp makes them feel." I was really worried about the things I would say and the things that we would do, but all I had to do at the end of the day was love the campers for who they were and where they were, and that's what they would carry with them past camp into the rest of the summer and into the rest of their year and years to come. I contribute my experiences at camp with being why I'm in seminary today.
Summer in particular, I was able to go on a canoe trip. It was just very fun to see that spectrum of some kids who had never been in a canoe, or some kids that had been canoeing with their family once or twice, but they were all just so determined. We hit a couple rapids, a few canoes flipped, but it was just such a good time. And starting out that journey, driving down to the river, I was really unsure of how this was going to go. But just seeing how much fun everyone was having despite flipped canoes and getting wet and all of those kind of fun little mishaps, everyone was still just, laughing, having a good time. That was like almost all of their God moments for the evening. And it was just a beautiful combination of seeing God through nature as well, because the river is just like such a spectacular, beautiful area, and you can kind of just like take a minute and look up and see these mountains around you, see all the trees. It was a beautiful, beautiful day. And then you kind of like look back at your surroundings, and it's just a bunch of these kids having the time of their lives, just sharing in so much joy with one another. And that's just God at work right there.
The idea of Caroline Furnace as this continuum of history And I was really captured by the history surrounding camp and how generations and generations of counselors and campers before me have come to camp with these same questions that they're carrying, and their own personal burdens in life and their own joys in life. And they've brought those to camp and made camp a truly special place to be able to share that with one another. And I really experienced that, getting to listen to senior counselors and getting to see campers who came in year after year, and then getting to talk to camper and counselor alumni who continued to come back and send their kids and their grandkids to camp as both campers and counselors. Camp has such a history associated with it, and I was really captured by being a part of that history and a part of that continuum and supporting that greater ministry.